Hey, good morning. Welcome to Coffee and Cosmos with Robin. My name is Robin Fritz, and today we're going to talk a little bit about what we do when we take a chance on ourselves. So, how are you going to take a chance on yourself? Let's talk about that and let's share what our thoughts are on that. Plus, we're going to do a meditation with the Crystal Fallon. We're going to do a crystal of the week, and I'll do a few mini readings for people as they show up here in the broadcast. So, again, welcome to Coffee and Cosmos with Robin. My name is Robin Fritz. I'm based here in Seattle, Washington. I'm an intuitive and spiritual consultant and a certified past life regression specialist. And I hope I host the radio show, The Practical Intuitive Mind, Body, Spirit for the Real World at ohmtimes.com radio, and that's every Monday afternoon at 2 Pacific time. So, hello, thank you for chiming in. Everyone's welcome to chime in, wave, say hello. I'm going to try to take 2 readings here today for people, very, very quick readings. But first, let's just talk a little bit. So again, welcome to Coffee and Cosmos with Robin. Again, my name is Robin Fritz, and today I just want to chat with you a few minutes about why it's important to take a chance on yourself. We don't always do that, right? And let's explore what that would look like for ourselves, and we can share what our thoughts are on that. But first, as every week, here's Fallon, the citrine Lemurian quartz. Let's get hi, everyone. Thanks for all of you for chiming in, for wherever you're chiming in from. And if you're not chiming in from the Southeast United States, we know that you're snowed under. So our thoughts go with you. So here we go. Fallon is a citrine Lemurian quartz. So let's get grounded and balanced here in this time together. So you take a deep breath and then just exhale. Just let go of what doesn't serve you. Hi, Megan. So take a deep breath. Take your attention to the top of your head. And as you breathe down your body from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet, just let the cares of the day, everything that you've been dealing with, just float away and join us all together in this time together. So breathing down from the top of your head, down your face, your shoulders, your chest, your hips, your knees, and your feet. The top of your head to the bottom of your feet. And just feel yourself relaxing. And now as you breathe up from the bottom of your feet to the top of your head, you're welcome Fallon's energy in. To experience that, you'll experience it the way your intuition works most strongly. So you may see pictures, hear him chat with you, feel his energy, or just know that you're connected with him. So breathing up now from the bottom of your feet, past your knees, your hips, your chest, your shoulders, your face, and the top of your head. Just welcome in that healing energy. And really the wonderful healing energy generated here in this great community. So Teresa, I see you had a question about being in the hospital with a heart attack. Let me see if I can see that. Why you're left with unstable angina. Let me get back to that. But I've written it down here. But let's first talk about what I wanted to chat with you about today. And that's taking a chance on ourselves. So, we don't usually do this, right? We're too busy taking care of other people, doing our job, which always seems like it's for something else. And again, I want to thank all of you for chiming in, for saying hello, for saying that this is your first time or asking for a reading. This is community. This is our time together. But taking time for yourself, most of us don't value ourselves enough to be confident in the decisions that we make. I'm guilty of the same thing, and it's just being human, right? We're always wondering if we're making the right choice or if we're doing the right thing. And we also worry and wonder about what's best, right? What's best for ourselves? What are we doing the right thing? And what happens is that means we freeze up, right? And we don't do anything. So remember, first and foremost, that we talk about here each week is that we're here to grow our souls, right? And in this experience, we've chosen human bodies. And that's a lot of work, but it also means we get to have fun too, right? And we get to explore things that give new dimensions to us, body, mind, and spirit. And I was thinking about this today. Oh, good. So some of you are going, yeah, this is a great topic for me today. So this afternoon on my radio show, I'm welcoming Rebecca Gamir, who actually decided to take a chance on herself by buying an RV, packing in her 2 dogs and what she says were not enough books to drive across the United States and just explore herself. So you're welcome to call in and ask a question of her this afternoon, but just to listen to the conversation. And it reminded me that this is a subject that really we deal with every week. We just don't go right in and say, hey, what are you doing to take a chance on yourself? Bethany Wright, spiritual evolution. It's, mind, body, spirit evolution. So you don't have to, pack up your animals and drive across the country, whatever country you live in. But you do have to stop and think about how much you value yourself. And if you value yourself, which you should be, right? Because you're here, you've chosen this experience, your soul is valuable, your person, what you choose to do in the world is valuable. Every single person, what you do is important to the planet, right? But you also get to have fun, you're right, and to explore what you want to do in the world or taking a chance on yourself. You can have fun doing that, and you can do it from home. You can take a walk in the neighborhood. You can spend a different time with your family, human or animal. You can do a workshop. You can explore an interesting subject online. There's tons of things like YouTube videos. But really start out by asking yourself, what does it mean for me to take a chance on myself? Right? And we're, Bethany, thank you. We've all been asking this question. There's a lot of flux in the world right now. A lot of people are asking this worldwide, and they're demonstrating in the streets and so on because they're not maybe coming to an answer for themselves, right? And so here, believe that you can tackle a new subject or job or relationship. Believe that you can do it, right? That's taking a chance on yourself. Believe that you can take time to explore your needs and desires and not feel guilty about what the rest of the family wants or needs for themselves or from you, because we all need to take time for ourselves to explore with these things. And thank you for your questions. I'm going to flip through those as I get to them here. Believe that you can put yourself first, okay, even if you're the head of the family, because learning and growing and exploring is central to your experience being human, right? And it's also, of course, important in your family dynamics, but take a chance on yourself. What does that mean to you? Start chiming in here. What does it mean to you to take a chance on yourself? What would you do if you could take a chance on yourself? If you believe that you could put yourself first for some experience, even if it's reading a good book or watching a cool movie, what does self-respect and self-love mean to you? Oh, thank you, Megan. How sweet of you. This has been an issue for me my entire life. And so I know that it's an issue for a lot of you. I'm older than most of you probably. And I was told from the time I was born that I wasn't good enough because I was female. And I've had this discussion with friends recently, and it still resonates with people. And so if you took a chance on yourself, if you valued yourself for the beautiful person that you are, for the soul and for the body that you are at this particular time, what would you do? Would you go and travel the world? Would you take time every week to start a new practice? For some people, meditation practice, others just a few minutes every day to get centered and balanced, do exercises, do a small yoga practice, anything that, explore your spiritual gifts, Bethany, okay? Shelby's saying explore I missed that, Shelby, but I agreed with it as I read it. So awesome, right? So try it and let us all know here how you're going about that, what you're exploring. And this is a really good time because it's the end of the year for us. We're all thinking about what we're going to do next year. Jose, right? Stop treating life like a grocery list. That's an awesome quote, right? I'd love that. But sure, what does it mean for you to go and do something for yourself? And if you're planning next year, if you took a time each week for yourself to do something, what would that look like to you? You know, we were celebrating a friend's birthday last night, and she wanted everybody to say, what's on your bucket list? What do you want to do? And so we had a really fun conversation, and most people wanted to travel different places, including me. But a lot of us are just like, what does next year look like? And what are the things that I would like to do? And it's a fun question, but it's also part of growing your soul, right? We think growing our soul in our bodies in this experience is all real serious stuff, but it also means playing and laughing and having fun. So continue spiritual growth and serve others. Okay, good. Bethany, Rise of the Phoenix, awesome. So you're chiming in from everywhere today. Let's get to the crystal of the week, and then I'm going to go to a couple of. Okay, Bethany, what does uprising mean to you? Is that just fully expressing yourself as a spirit, or as body, mind, and spirit coming together? Awesome. Working on your art, beautiful, awesome. Pack your younger two and move away. Okay, Carrie, there you go. It only pops up briefly here, so I don't always see the full comment from people. But the crystal of the week this week, I've chosen bloodstone. And, I don't even own a bloodstone of my own or have a bloodstone in my crystal family. But a bloodstone is green quartz with yellow or red jasper in it. So it tends to be an orange-red crystal called bloodstone because it has been used to help cleanse the blood. But it's also a powerful crystal to give courage, right? And also teaches you to avoid danger. So if part of your idea of having fun is travel, it'll help you remember to let your intuition keep you informed of what's going on around you and your common sense. But bloodstone also helps you act in the moment. So it's great for decision making, helps clear mental confusion, and it stimulates creativity and dreaming. So a great crystal. Anita, so it's taken you 3 years to make the decision that you've made. So congratulations on that. That is awesome. So I know people have chimed in with requests for readings. Let me find some of those. And you think I'd be more coordinated with my screen here? So question, Teresa chimed in earlier. Okay, Yvonne, releasing emotional attachment, good. Grounding, good. Somebody asked me about a workshop. Yes, I do workshops. I also do webinars. You can find my current webinars up at the Learn It Live platform. I think the link is there in the comments. They're all recorded. Some are free, some are small fees. But you can also tell you where you can find me at the end of the broadcast. Melissa, yes, bloodstone is a cool crystal. Carnelian is similar to that, and I have a big carnelian, but you can also find bloodstone in jewelry. You can find it raw or polished, and you can just buy small crystals. So people are asking for quick readings. You are next week on my radio show. You are welcome to call in for quick readings on my radio show. This week I have a guest, so on days when I have guests, I just take questions for my guests. So let's go back to Teresa, who said that she recently had a heart attack, and she's wondering why they're saying that she has unstable angina. Teresa, I think I'm not a doctor, so I can't really comment on that. Um, but I would go back to them and talk to them about what you can do, exercise and diet related, to help with that situation. Um, I have a friend with angina, and I think he takes medication, and that's all I know about it. But it's not looking like anything like somebody would say is a karmic thing, is something that's brought on from a past life. This looks like something that happened to your body now, and work with your doctors on resolving it. There are also good nature paths out there that can help you work with your doctor on other things that you can add to that. And certainly, I always recommend energy healing. You can do your own energy healing, and that will make you feel better emotionally. By just crossing your hands on your heart and breathing light and love into your heart. Um, the body is a delicate system. You know, it can handle a lot, and sometimes little glitches go on, and that's why we're so lucky to live in an age where we have really established medical professionals. So, Nita, you're asking for a card. I'm looking into different cards because I think it would be fun to pull cards for people. But I haven't found a deck yet that I like. So if any of you have a deck that you particularly like, please chime in here. And Karen, you want to know if your day is going to get better? This broadcast is perfect for you today because you take a chance on yourself. What is it that you feel is holding you back in your day? Sure, some days we're not feeling well. Other days it seems like our job isn't going right, or the weather isn't working. We can't get out of the house because of a snowstorm. A lot of things getting in the way. But believe that you can make a difference in your life. I know that can sound trite at times, but sometimes we get so overwhelmed with what's happening that we forget that we can okay, I'm drawing a line in the sand right here. And I understand this is affecting my ability to make an income or to buy groceries or to take charge of my life or to manage the kids or whatever. But bottom line, I am worthy, and it will get better, and I will grow and understand, and that understanding will make future incidents like this better. I hope that helps. Anita, angels are around you. I think they're around all of us all the time, and particularly right now as things are getting tougher in the world for everybody, right? So, Gina, share what you feel. Um, Gina, for you, it's not just trusting or choosing what it is to take a chance on yourself. It's believing in yourself, and it's similar, but it's really just saying, "Hey, I am worth everything good happening for me, and I am going to take action on doing that." A lot of times in our spiritual lives, we think that if we pray enough and invite our spiritual guides to help us, that everything will be perfect. And in fact, life is a process of experiencing ups and downs. And the question is, when you're down, what choice do you make? I've been handicapped, physically handicapped for many years, ill for many years. There were many years that I couldn't work at all. And I will admit that um, I don't really have a tarot deck, Stephanie, um, but there are other card decks. I will admit that there were many times in my life when I was very sick that I felt like giving up, in incredible pain, and I just kept working through it. And some of it was practical, developing a yoga practice for strength and flexibility, getting myself in shape and staying in shape. Yes, Anita, I understand being permanently disabled, which I am as well, and there are fears about how you make a living and so on. I'm finally healthy after many years, but it took a long time, and I've had to learn to live with the level of disability that I have and work around it. Other people are in wheelchairs or other places. But the biggest thing that those of us who are facing a handicap of some kind, or who are emotionally wondering because we have jobs that don't satisfy us, or we don't feel like we're making a contribution in our jobs, or we're having a spiritual awakening, and what we're doing to make a living doesn't feel like that is what we should be doing now that we're more spiritually aware. But the truth is, there's a very basic level of practicality where we earn a living, right? And we do the best we can, and we fight every day to get feel better and to be more mobile and to be able to do things. And some of us are not going to be able to be as physically mobile as other people. So we have to learn ways of valuing ourselves, even in a situation where we're disabled. So I understand that, and I know what I'm saying isn't necessarily a comfort, but it's true. And Lorna, it is true. Our society isn't set up for those of us who have chronic illness. There were many years when my doctors didn't understand what was wrong with me, and I just kept plowing forward, looking for answers. And that's how I ended up being who I am, and what I'm doing today is that I continue to look for answers. There's the practical side of taking care of ourselves. There's the emotional side of making sure we're emotionally healthy, that depression doesn't weigh us down, that there are ways to work through that, and there are plenty of competent professionals out there to help with that. But the first thing that comes from that is that we need to take control ourselves. And we need to say, this is what I need, this is what I want, how am I going to get there? And carve out ways for you that do that. And sometimes it's as simple as taking a few minutes every day and saying, I am worthy, I love myself. Yes, this body is currently disabled, but my soul doesn't have to be. My spirit doesn't have to be. And add that to your movement forward, because our um, uh, that's what matters, is continuing to move forward. So I see a number of other questions, and I've kind of run out of my time today to answer questions. Um, but a lot of people are chiming in here about allowing new beginnings, that this topic has resonated with them. Megan Paints, awesome. Developing your intuition, awesome. That is so important. And I've done a day-long series of workshops on how to do that in very practical ways. So I know a vegan baker. Lisa, that's awesome. Self-love, invest energy on yourself. Mel, pretty good. Awesome. Good. Awesome. Anita, continue your spiritual growth and serve others who need help like you. Those are all great. And I continue to think about it, right? Abby, at almost 60, learning self and self-love. Well, you'll love my guest on my radio show this afternoon, because she was 64 when she got her RV and packed her dogs in and went on a trip. But she did a lot of really cool research, and she's now writing an autobiography about it. Jocelyn, spend time working on your art. Oh, art therapy certification. That is awesome. Good for you. Carrie wants to pack up your younger two and move away and follow all the desires you've been holding on to for years now. That is awesome. How are you going to do that? What are the practical steps that you need to take to do that? You know, I encourage you all to tune in to my show this afternoon, because Rebecca will talk about the practical steps, and so will I, the things that I've done to just get up and go wherever you are. So I want to thank you all for joining me here today. This is a wonderful community. It's a time for us to share Fallon's healing energy. Someone just said, taking time to let go of the negativity. That's always an issue for us. And, I just want to leave you with one thought here. As you look at the world around you, as you look at the unrest in the countries all around us, all over the world, people are angry. They want something different. But aren't they reacting to fear? And isn't it true that the world really comes down to fear or love? And how does that play out in your life? Those of us who are handicapped, someone just said that they're hearing disabled. Anita, it's 2 Pacific time, 5 Eastern at omtimes.com radio. Those of us who are disabled have another issue, and that's that sometimes we get impatient for people who are upset with hangnails, right? This is a joke I like to make. But we all are learning and growing at our own rate, and making a practice where we put ourselves first, where we take a chance on ourselves. This is where we continue to grow. This is where we can come out of the things that are holding us back, from negativity to even the disabilities, and find ways around that, find ways that continue to boost us up. That's what counts. Remember that each one of you matters. Each one of you is important to the world. Each one of us came in here to grow our souls and also to make a contribution. And you may think that we're all little people and it doesn't matter, but it does matter. The love that this community sends out into the world helps change that fear and that negativity that is trying to take hold of the world. So next week, we're going to do a healing circle. I promised last month that we would do a healing circle every week. So come next week in a healing circle. We're going to spend just a few minutes with Fallon and Fallon's energy, and everyone will get to chime in on what they want to heal. But for this week, we're about out of time. So again, I want to point out how you can find us. So if you like this broadcast and others, then please like the Om Times radio page, the Humanity Healing page, my business page, the Practical Intuitive, Robin and Fritz. That helps us continue to help you. Also, you can find me at my website, robinfritz.com. That's ROBYNFRITZ.com. I offer personal and business intuition, mediumship, which is talking to your deceased human or animal beloveds, space clearing, animal communication, my mind went blank there, soul progression clearing, past life regression, energy healing. I do mentor people who are finding their spiritual path, if they're looking to do this professionally or simply to grow themselves in their own life and in their own process. So you can find a lot of that information on my website, but you can contact me there or at my Facebook page, The Practical Intuitive. But for today, I want to thank everyone for joining in, and I want to leave you with this, again, with this idea. If you took a chance on yourself, what would that look like? Because I promise you, taking a chance on yourself is going to make a difference in your life, and it's going to make a difference in the world, because the world needs all of us. Taking a chance on ourselves, learning to love and to grow and to come together in community. So thank you for being again here with us today. Let's close down that connection to Fallon so you're not lightheaded. Ground yourself back into your body. Put your hands on your heart, and as you breathe into the palms of your hands, imagine healing coming into you. Good. Thank you all for doing that. Imagine healing energy coming into you. We are energy. Energy is all around us. Energy is sentient. We can ask it to support us. Those of you who are disabled, Teresa, with your angina, invite healing energy. Work with your doctors. Let us know how you're doing. And as you do that, and as you breathe in, just feel the love for yourself that we don't take time for a lot. And remember how important you are. And thanks for chiming in. This video will be available here in the archives very shortly. So again, thank you for joining me. Come back next week for the Healing Circle, and let me know if you'd like a personal session with me. Take care, and we'll see you next week for the Healing Circle. Bye.